are recording. Look at all these faces. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I should put up my Post-it notes so you guys don't have to look at this, but it's been a day. So, show of hands, who was at conference? Abby's like, me. I'm so proud of you guys for getting there. Gina Webb raised her hand. Yay. Conference was
amazing.
Long. I mean, it was on point. It was, throw down, put your gut in your throat, amazing. I have now been to 5 conferences thinking, I went to my first one assuming I would never have to go back, like that I could just go and see what it was about and be done. And I left there knowing I would never miss one. And I teach my team all the time, you guys have to sacrifice to get there because it's an investment in your business and it's investment in your people and it's investment in your future. And yet again, they did not disappoint, not even a little bit. It was absolutely phenomenal. So we want to talk a little bit tonight about some takeaways, like what those of you who were there, we want to hear from you and just sort of share with the class what you guys thought. And because if Dana and I are the only one talking about conference, then our viewpoints are the only one you're going to get. And that's not beneficial.
We're okay with that.
But I don't want you to miss the awesome that we might have missed because we saw it from a different viewpoint than somebody else. So, Dana, do you want to just start us off and then we'll kind of go around the room?
Sure. So, so basically we call, for those of you that are new, we call like aha moments, things that caught your attention. And I've already shared mine with several people, because I share like that. But for me, this was my 4th conference. And like Bethany said, once you go to a conference, you kind of feel like you just can't miss one. You have to be at all of them. Because you have like FOMO, like fear of missing out. You're going to miss something exciting. And
FOMO is real with conference.
It seriously, it is. Like, you see everybody posting pictures and all the fun they're having, and you're just like, oh, I can't believe I didn't go. And I almost didn't go this year. I was back and forth, hemming and hawing about going. And I was like, I told Bethany, I said, well, I don't know. I'll talk to Rob. And if he says I should go, then I'll go. And he was like, no, you need to go. And I don't know if that was because he just wanted me out of the house or because he actually thought I should go. Either way, I went and it was amazing. And for me, and everybody takes away something different, but for me, this conference was more about a confirmation that I needed to stick it out and keep going in the direction that I was going. And what I mean by that is over the summer, I kind of put my business aside and I focused on my family. My mother-in-law was sick and I was caring for her. And so my focus was on her and my business suffered for it. So it's hard to come back from something like that and pick yourself back up and jump back into the excitement of something. It's almost like you don't know how to do it. And even after 4 years, I still can say I didn't know how to do it. And so I was questioning myself. I love this company. I love the products. I feel like I could never leave, but I was questioning how I was going to do it. And so during conference, Mark has cancer. And so he did talk about that during conference, and he was thanking his son, Kyler, for being there and being at all the doctor's appointments. And, thankfully he works this business. And so he had all this free time and he could be there every second. He said he was going to be at everything that he possibly could be at with him. And that's kind of how I felt with my mother-in-law, that I was able to be there. My husband was able to be there. And for me, it was just kind of like a confirmation, like God was saying to me, okay, you did what I asked and now we're moving on. And so we're going to let that go. You were there, you were present. Yes, your business may have suffered, but don't worry, I'm going to bring you back from that. And so all the other stuff was amazing, but that was exactly what I needed this weekend. And that's what I got. So again, everybody gets something different. That may not have meant anything to some. The other people that were there may have just like breezed right over it, didn't mean anything. But for me, that was life for me, giving me back what I needed in this company, in this business. So that was my aha for the weekend. I don't know who else is on here that was there. Gina,
Abby, Laura, Lydia.
Yeah.
Julie was there.
I thought I saw Laura on here. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, Laura's here. Cindy was there.
Camera.
And I know we have a couple who watched on pay-per-view too. And so
Yeah. Yep.
But who wants to give us your takeaway first? Who's just dying to share? Abby, go for it.
Okay, so my personal ahas was a day that Mike spoke and he talked about choices and how he said there's 86,400 seconds in a day and you choose how you spend them. And he talked about the importance of the choices that we make every day. And so I wrote for myself personally, are the choices you're making furthering your passion or are they fruitless? Because I know for me, for a lot of days, my choices don't do anything except get to the end of that day. And I'm not okay with that. In anything, whether it's my business or just life in general, I want to live a fruit-filled life. And he also talked about how, all those presidentials and ambassadors and Black Diamonds, they have those same 86,400 seconds in a day. They weren't given extra ones, and they started as distributors too. So it's all about the choices that we make. And also a couple top income earners made the statement, talking about if you want to know the secret to their success, it's to stop chasing a paycheck and start chasing people. And I know that a good chunk of us would say that when we started, part of our motivation was to be able to help people, whether it was help people with these products or once we started making this awesome paycheck, being able to give back and help people that way. But then we kind of get caught up in the rank and the paycheck for that month. And just keeping yourself in check. Why does that matter to you? Does it matter to you that your check was $100 less this month because that's $100 less for you? Or does that matter to you because someone isn't being helped, obviously, if it's going down, So those were my big, personal ahas. But there were a lot of little tidbits they also gave. I think that was my favorite. I've been to 2 conferences now. And, I feel like last year was, and maybe it's the mindset I was in, but I felt like last year was more of a, sorry, this room just got really loud. more of a like pep rally, like you can do this, get out there and work hard. But this year I got so many little nuggets of practical things to do to work this business. Number one, y'all, if any of you are new, we preach this all the time, but seriously, be a product of the product. Like, one of my favorite things to say is people can't tell you that it doesn't work if it's working for you. If you don't have your own results, borrow someone else's story for now, but be doing what you need to do to have your own results, so that when people ask you about something and say, oh my gosh, like, that is my favorite. Y'all, I get so excited when someone orders hair, skin, and nails for me because I had great results. Everyone I know had great results. So do it. Spend the money to make the money and to help other people see, like, no, this is not a joke. That is my stomach. That is my life that is changing. And going into it with confidence, they call it assuming the sale, but don't ask, tell. Don't do it rudely, but, not like, okay, so are you ready to order this now? But like, okay, let's get this order in. I've got the website pulled up, don't give them the option to tell you no, because if they really don't want it, they will tell you no and you can drop it. But if it's someone who's like on the fence, you being kind of, okay, either way is fine, is not going to make them say, yes, I want this. They need to see that A, it works for you, B, you're passionate about it for the right reasons, and C, like, yeah, girl, this is urgent. You need to do this because let's do it now. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's go. They need to see that from you. So, and one last thing, sorry. They call it the salon approach, this is huge for me because I'm very much a like, well, I don't want them to think it's super expensive and they can't do it. So, okay, well, they want to lose like 60 pounds, but here, I'll offer them just ThermoFit. Like, no. If you want to change someone, there's the salon approach. Like, you go in to get your nails done and they're going to be like, do you want a lip wax? Do you want an eyebrow wax? Do you want some extra designs? So offer even more than they first ask about. Don't overwhelm them with it. But I always start with, what are your goals and what are your budget? And I give them as many options as I can to start out with. And then they'll tell you, well, maybe not that, and you'll whittle it down and figure out what they need. But you're not going to sell many systems and many results packs if you're just offering wraps or ThermoFit or a cleanse, and these people need to see real results, and the best results are going to be when our stuff works together. So don't be afraid to offer more than you think they need, because you won't know what they need until you actually get into it and talk to them about it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. You were really paying attention.
I have this whole notebook that like half of it is full of notes, and like let me just show you this. I told you that stop chasing a paycheck and start chasing people. Like, I even like drew some of the really important things out, so that way they are like, boom, in my face. So
it's like my note hero.
I'm usually not, but that's another thing I took away from this was get organized. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I have a list for this, and I have a list for this, and it's color coded, and da-da-da. And I should turn this camera around and you should see my house. I am not organized. So this was me taking the first step and saying, oh, I'm going to get organized, and taking down these notes to do what these people who know what they're doing are telling me to do. And then maybe I can learn to like write down potentials and real oils and all that stuff.
Mama Bear is so proud. Who else wants to share? I mean, everybody has to, so you might as well give it over with.
Just do it.
All right, Julie Babcock. She's like, no, I really wasn't raising my hand. That was
No, it's fine. I think one of the biggest aha moments that I had was when they were talking about, you know, going, not just doing this for yourself. You know, they asked a question at one point and they said, who feels like this company has changed their lives, or this has been a real gift for them, and had people stand up. And when they did that, like 3/4 of the people in the stadium stood up, you know. And we so often look at blitzing and talking to people about our business like it's an inconvenience to them, or like, what if they say no, or whatever. But what if we ignore that little voice that tells us to talk to that person? What if we ignore that? What if we don't give them a blitz card? What if this was the answer that they've been looking for? What if they're supposed to be there? What if this is supposed to change their life? You know, and we don't say that. Does that mean they don't get that opportunity to change their life because we were selfish or we were fearful and we kept our mouths shut? You know, I mean, I guess for me, when you look at it that way, it seems selfish to shut up and to not share. It just gives you kind of like a completely different perspective on it, where, you know, like for me, you know, put it more in the perspective of like, I get to partner with God to do this. I get to not just help people get healthier and make more money and all of those kinds of things, but also that I get to let him use me to change people's lives and maybe have a greater relationship with him. Outside even of all of the things that it can do for the business. So I think that, you know, potentially if you look at some of these ambassadors, what if they hadn't done it? You know, what if they hadn't found it?
Yep.
You know, there's thousands of people in that stadium, and how many of them wouldn't be there if that one person didn't do it? Or they sat in their living room and said, oh, I'm going to watch one more TV show. I'm not going to go do this right now. So for me, you know, the perspective was heart-wrenching.
Yes.
So that was one of the biggest things I got out of it.
I love that. Thank you. That one is huge for me. You know, I think about, what if Mark hadn't had the courage to pursue the dream? And what if Pam in the beginning hadn't had the courage just to talk to random people and actually make it work? You know, like none of us would be here. And just like Julie said, the same goes for, you know, each of you has the potential to be your own Ambassador Diamond team, or to be the head of your own Ambassador Diamond team. And every person you talk to technically has the potential to be an Ambassador Diamond. And if you don't have the courage to open your mouth and share with that person, you are potentially, I mean, not only affecting them, but there's a domino effect, you know, and I mean, God's purpose will be fulfilled for someone. So if you don't share with them, he may have somebody else do it. You know, if you're disobedient, you don't open your mouth, but, you know, your own potential being fulfilled could be delayed because you don't open your mouth and obey. That to me is so like, okay, I'm just going to talk to everybody. Like, whatever you say, God, I'm there.
Something else too. I mean, majority of people, I mean, there are some people, but majority of people, they're never going to make $1 million in their life, ever. Not even come close to it. But if it takes me 10 years in this company and I make $1 million, I join the Millionaire Club, I mean, it's worth it. I don't need to do it in 2 years. I don't need to do it in 3 years or 4 years. But if I can do it in my lifetime, when I wouldn't be able to do it outside of this, I'm okay with that. And I think that's a lot of people get too discouraged. They're like, well, I'm not making, $10,000 a month. Well, who cares? I mean, is that really what you're focused on? Because if it is, then I guess you need to find something else to do. I feel like the potential is there, where if I was working a job, the potential is not there. So I would rather stick with this and see that through than to go somewhere else, or just quit altogether and get a job.
Can I add one more thing really quickly? Talking about this, like, what if you didn't share it? I just need to share. Joel Dunn is one of my favorite people in the world. If you don't follow him, you should, because he's ridiculous. But every year at conference, always there's some truth bomb. But when he was talking, like, punch in the gut, he said, "Are you living up to God's view of your potential? A spirit of complacency will rob you of God's purpose for your life." Like, that shook me, because that's every single time I think, like, oh, well, I want to blitz, but, or, oh, I'm going to get up, I'm going to wear my It Works gear out to do my errands today, but I don't want to be that person, whatever. Like, this should be in the back of your head. Like, that's complacency. That's, I'm okay with where I'm at and not sharing what God has given me, and it will rob you of God's purpose for your life. And he also talked about the servants who were given the talents, and the one who hid it. But he said, "The little I've been entrusted will be given to someone else if I do nothing with it." So you've been given this gift, and if you don't do anything with it, you know what? Someone else is gonna share it, because the people who need this will hear about it, whether it's you or not. But how awesome will it be to be a part of that story? So that's all. I'll mute myself again. Joel gets me every time. So
Lots of truth bombs from the Dunns, always. Love them. Who else is ready to share? Like I said, everybody has to. I will come through this monitor at you. Lydia Rand, I see you looking at me. Okay, you can wait. Ellen, you can go first. She said, dang it.
Okay, well, I wasn't actually at conference, but I got to watch it from home on pay-per-view, and which I have to say that it's not as awesome as being at conference, because I got to go last year, and this year it was like, it was good watching it, and getting all the information while it was happening, but it's not the same as being there. So if you have the choice between the pay-per-view and the conference, definitely go to the conference. But I agree with what Abby was saying about this, the 3 servants that Joel Dunn was talking about. And I love the Dunns. They are so inspiring to me. They kind of started out where me and my husband are right now. And, if they can do it, then I know that we can do it too. But he was just talking about, the 3 servants, and that God gave them, these talents, and that the 3rd servant, he didn't use his talents, so he gave it to somebody else, and Joel said something about how, when he gets to heaven, he wants the Lord to say to him, you used everything that I gave you. You didn't waste it. And that's something that really resonated with me, that I don't want to waste what was given to me. I don't want to waste this opportunity. I don't want to just do something mediocre when I know I can do it great. And then something else that really stuck out with me, I think Mark said, and I don't know if it's, word for word or whatever, but he's talking about, not just being good, not just being great, but being legendary. Being something good is making enough money to put gas in your car. You know, something great is making enough to pay off your student loans. But something legendary is being able to pay off your mom's bills, paying off your mom's debt. And that just like really hit me. You know, it's not just about you and what this business can do for you. It's what it can do for your family. You know, it's for us, you know, being good would, you know, being able to get food, being great would be able to pay off my student loans, but being legendary is to get us out of this debt that we're in. You know, being legendary would be able to help my parents, you know, do things that, because they've done amazing things for us, you know, so like, it's just, this business is so much more than just what it can do for you. And if you can't see past that, then you're missing out on the whole point of everything. So
I love that. Thank you. That one was a big one for me because my mom has hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical debt because of some conditions that she has. And they, like you said, they have helped me so much that I want them to be free too. And that was one of those gut checks for me. It was like a wake up. It's time to go be legendary. It's time to do the dang thing. Okay, Lydia, you did not get out of it. Miss Blitzing Queen, I'm so proud of you.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Yeah, I've always been kind of scared to blitz, but anyway, I can share that in a second. So, a lot of my takeaway. I'm flustered now. You embarrassed me. Okay. A lot of my takeaway was the same with what Joel said about the talents, and I thought it was very interesting that in the Bible, even, it's called talents, and then, you know, it was a form of money. But when the way he said it and the way I wrote it down, I was like, talent as being like what I have, you know, like whatever talent God has given me. And I really resonated with the I was afraid of what you gave me, so I took it out and buried it. Like, and that was very like eye-opening to me because that's how I've been for the past few months. Like, I'm afraid of what someone's going to say to me. I'm afraid of someone telling me no, which happened yesterday. And then, you know, just afraid of what if I can't do it, because that's kind of how I've been feeling the past few months. Like, you know, I'm not doing very well with my business. Is this a failure? Have I failed? You know, I must not be good at this, and being embarrassed by it. So just like, you know, but there have been times and I wanted to share this at conference, but I never had a moment where I felt like I needed to share it, but I feel it now. So I'm going to go with it. So, there have been times in the past few months that I've seriously considered quitting, and it's not because of the products and it's not because of the people, but it's because of things that have been whispered in my ear. Like, you're not making enough money with this. You're not the type of person that can do this, you know. Anyway. And there have been a couple of times where I almost sent a message to Abby, which is my sponsor, and wanted to tell her, like, I don't think I can do this anymore. But I never got to that point because somebody upstairs never let me get to that point. And every time I got to the threshold, he was like, no, you need to stay. And I kept saying, why? Like, the past few months, I haven't done anything. I've let my team down. I've let the people above and below me down. I've let my family down. I've wasted money. Like, and there have been a couple of times where I was trying to get a full-time job, and I had all the qualifications. I was more than qualified. And God said, no, you can't. You need to do It Works. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Everybody goes out, goes to college, gets a job, works for the rest of their life, you know? And all of this after me having been to conference last year. So, so I actually, come January, I needed to buy a ticket, and I hadn't bought a ticket for my flight yet. And we happened to have the money, so I bought it, and I got a lot of grief for that. And I thought about quitting again. And then I decided, nope, I'm going to go. I'm going to see what happens at conference, and I'm just going to go with it. And so I asked my husband if I could run my auto shipment before, like an ADBV auto shipment before I went to conference, just so I was ready for whatever happened. And he hates if I spend money in this business, and he supports me. That's one of the things that Pam said, that, you know, do you believe in me? Well, yes, of course he believes in me, but he doesn't believe in the business yet. And most people say it takes a comma in your paycheck for the husband to believe. And I haven't gotten that yet. I got a little close one time, but not quite yet. So I said, Lord, if this is what I need to do, which we did not have the money for me to spend that right before coming to conference. And I said, if this is what you want me to do, then I'll do it. But you have to tell, like, I have to tell my husband, like, my husband has to say, okay. And I was like, he's not going to say okay unless it's God's will. So I talked to him about it, told him how I've been feeling for the past few months, which was like I had no purpose, like I didn't have any talents or anything. And I wasn't making a difference with my life. And he said yes, that I could do it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I ran the auto shipment. I got to conference, and I had enough money to go to the store, and I had enough money to pay for everything. And I was under budget when I left. So I ended up deciding if I could, sorry, I'm losing my thoughts, but there's an event this weekend that I've always wanted to go to and set up a booth and like try to get more customers. Well, it's going to be about $300 for me to get everything I need and, you know, rent the space and everything. And so I said, Lord, if you want me to do this, I need the funds to be available, and I need it to be available by Monday morning. And I prayed that yesterday because the event is this weekend. And I went out to the mailbox this morning, and there was a check in it with a refund for my husband's classes for enough money to pay all our bills and for me to go and do this and to get all the products. I know. And I was like, okay, I know you want me to do this. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I made a huge order this afternoon, and I was like, this needs to have 2-day shipping because it needs to get here. So all of that to just show that trusting in the Lord, if he's called you here, just trust him, because I've been ignoring him for a while, thinking I know better than he does, and I don't. So that's it. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. That was fabulous. I love it. Okay, if anybody has something you're just dying to share with us, I don't want to stop you from doing so, but we have about 18 minutes. And so I want to kind of talk about bonuses and massive action, but I don't want to cut anybody off. Does anybody still want to share? I know I said I was going to make everybody, but I'm really not going to do that.
I just have one thing to add
Jesus made you share.
to Lydia. I helped with the Disciple Now the weekend before conference. And one of the things that one of the speakers said kind of goes along with Lydia. He said, the difference between belief and following is movement. He was talking about when Jesus went and called the disciples, you know, put your nets down and follow me. And they could have said, yeah, we believe who you are. But they followed him. They physically dropped their nets and followed him. In that moment, this man who just came by and said, not, hey, I'm offering go fast bonuses if you do this. I mean, it was Jesus who just said, come with me. No promise of anything other than this is what you need to do. So, just if anybody else, I know we all get in those positions like Lydia, and I love that you hit on if this is God's will for you. If you're truly going to be following his will, you have to move. So just throw that out.
I want to be super real with you guys just for a second. And I know I said I was going to move on, but I mean, we finished conference Saturday night. I feel like somebody needs to hear this. Finished conference Saturday night. We were like, I mean, top of the world. I was so excited. I finally felt like it's time. Like Saturday, it was just, it's indescribable. By the time we got to Saturday night after dinner, there was already some drama trying to creep in and some distraction trying to happen. But I pushed it out of my mind. Sunday, woke up. We had a great day traveling. You know, Dana and I traveled together, and one of my distributors was with me on the same flight. And I mean, we were excited and it was positive. And, you know, there's no doubt in my mind at that point that something big is happening for all of us this year, all of us who are willing to go to work. And I went to bed. I woke up Monday morning, opened my eyes, and the panic set in. You guys, it was legit. I had to run to the bathroom. When I get anxious, I'm nauseated and I'm throwing up. That is my stress response. I was in the bathroom like bowing to the porcelain god or whatever. And I was crying and I was sick, and I was mentally, I was like, okay, what's happening? Why is this happening? And all of the real life stresses they just came barreling down at me. Things I didn't have to think about Wednesday through Sunday because we weren't here. And all of a sudden it was like, Lord, I don't know if I can do this. And where just a few months ago, I would have allowed myself to stay there, or I would have taken something and gone back to bed because I was sick. Instead, I got up. I decided I was not sick because I was not scared. And I went and I sat down and I read my Bible and I spent some time putting truth about who I am. I am who God says I am, and I can do exactly what God says I can do. And I had to really like get real with myself for a minute and just reclaim my thoughts, I guess, because the human side of me was trying to go be like old Bethany. And so I prayed and I spent some time in the Word, and then I got up and I turned on Legendary as loud as I could, and I went to work. I got done stuff that needed to happen in the house. I was moving fast, like it was urgent and it had to be done then. I was like, okay, Lord, you're going to have to show me what to do when. I have never been presidential and I have never been an ambassador before. I don't even know what it looks like to do this. I know I love these people and I know I want to help them, but I don't know what everybody needs. You're going to have to show me, and you're going to have to give me the words. And I was praying as I worked, and then the kids were sick and we went to the doctor. And through all of that, I had some fabulous training conversations. I signed a new distributor. I have another one joining tonight. And I want you guys to know that you're not the only one who might have come home and woken up in your own bed and had panic set in. But you don't have to stay there. Don't stay in that moment. What you felt when you were surrounded by 20,000 people with all the same goals is what you can feel today when you are home, because people with the same goals are just a voice message away. People with the same goals are a phone call away, a quick Facebook message, a text, whatever. Reach out to somebody who knows your goals and can help you get there, can pray with you, can encourage you, can fight with you. Not like fight with you, but fight with you toward wherever you're going. But Again, I didn't mean for that to take so long, but I felt like somebody needed to hear it. Yes, don't let fear stop you from moving forward. We are in this together, and we are here to help one another. But, I mean, if you had asked me Saturday night, I would have told you I was going ambassador by August 31st, and there's no doubt in my mind that my team has what it takes. And not 36 hours later, just because I woke up in my own bed, I decided to panic. So the fear is real, but it doesn't have to keep you stop dead in your tracks. So, okay, now that we only have about 10 minutes left, briefly, I want to encourage you guys, if you have not downloaded the Wired app on your cell phone, please go find that. I'm not going to lie. I hesitated to download it because I'm like, I don't need more notifications. But since I have downloaded it, I'm totally in love with it. It's like push notifications straight from corporate, just stuff that you need. It's not going to be a bunch of fluff. It's stuff that you need. It's going to keep you connected. In your Wired app, there's now a new tab called Go Bonus. And if you haven't seen all the posts yet, or you didn't watch the video, instead of Good Bonus, the good bonuses are gone. We now have Go Fast and Go Bonus tracks. There's like a Go Fast lane, and then there's a Go lane. The Go Fast lane is $10,000, $30,000. I think it's 50, 75, and 100 maybe. I should have written all that down because I forget exactly how much they all are. But the Go lane is half of those numbers, and you get a little bit more time for each deadline. Okay, so if you'll go in your Wired app and click the Go Bonus tab, it will show you your next, yes, thank you, Julie. It will show you your next promotion and what bonus you're pushing for. It'll give you how many days you have left to achieve it. And I have got it on my home screen. I'm opening that thing every day. It's reminding me what I'm working for. But there's just a few things you guys need to know about it. So when you open it up, and you guys can't even see that, there's a little bit. You've got the Go Fast. Excuse my Mickey Mouse Band-Aid there. Cut my finger. Come on, screen. No. Too much glare. Okay. So you've got the Go Fast. There's a little trophy up in the right-hand corner. If you click the trophy, it will show you the Go lane if you feel like Go Fast is just too fast or it's too soon to try to hit diamond or double. You can click that trophy and see what your Go lane dates are. It's extremely important to note you guys need 4 brand new, active, qualified, loyal customers for the year 2017. Okay. Of course, we're always wanting to complete our steps to success. 4 LCs, 3 DTs. That's the way you make the money go, Ruby. You know, you guys remember that? You need your 4 loyals, and we're wanting to find 4 every month. But to be bonus qualified, you have to have 4 brand new ones for the year 2017. Okay, so that's super, super important to note.
Something else.
Yeah.
Just about the loyals. They have to have, what is it, 23 BV?
It's 25 is what.
So it can't be a bag of greens chews. Trust me, I already did that. It didn't work. It has to be 25 BV or higher on these new loyals. Just FYI.
Yeah. So pay attention to that when you're signing your new loyals. They have to be active and qualified. So more than a 25 BV order. And of course, they can't share an address with any other loyal customer or any other distributor in the system to be qualified. If you run into any problems with that, get with me or Dana, and we can check with the BAM and to see if we can, you know, fix the customer's address. Because I've had people say, well, I've never ordered, but their address, they happen to live at a house that used to be a loyal customer, and so the address is wonky. But anyway, So 4 loyal customers, and that just needs to happen. I say go ASAP. I mean, you're wanting to get your steps to success done. You can find 4 people to help with these products. Seriously. I can look back over the last 5 years and the months I'm actually focusing on filling in the blanks on my steps to success where I have it printed. Those are the months I actually complete them and my business grows. I don't think I printed one at all last year, and I did not complete a steps to success at all last year. My head was not in the game, and that's embarrassing to say. Okay. But we're truth bomb here, right? So 4 loyal customers as fast as you can to make sure you're qualified. And then no matter where you're sitting as far as your business goes, 1 distributor, no distributors, 2 who are barely active, whatever. I have heard too many stories over the last weekend alone of distributors going from 0 to diamond in a butterfly fart, y'all. You can do it.
Well, those months for the go, just so y'all know, not the go fast, but the go, that is the average time it takes a Networks distributor to hit that rank. That was a kick in the gut for me because I'm thinking all these people who go diamond in 90 days are full of crap. That never happened, or whatever. No, 6 months is the average. So when you look at that, don't let it be daunting. Know that that's what people are doing, so you can do it too.
Absolutely, absolutely possible. You are capable and you are worthy. Just let that sink in. You are capable and you are worthy of achieving whatever go or go fast bonus you want to. And I know Dana will agree, whoever is wanting to work for those bonuses, we will run with you just as hard as you are running and match you effort for effort. If you want to put it in, we will put it in with you. Okay? Whoever wants to go for it. Pull out a chart. If you're wanting like that diamond go bonus, you've got from now until I don't even know what the date is. Your Wired app will tell you what your deadline is. Get with your mentor. If your mentor is no longer here or doesn't have a clue what's happening, get with your upline diamond or your upline triple. We are here to help you make a plan. I was talking to, I think it was Angelia yesterday. You need to figure out how many distributors you need, and we work backwards. Think about for every 1 distributor you need to add to your team, you're probably going to have to talk to 10 to 15 people to offer them the business. So if you need to add 25 distributors, you need to talk to between 250 and 400 to 500 people. So 1 or 2 a day isn't going to cut it, is what I'm saying, if you want one of these bonuses. Okay. If you are a yellow and you are thinking, this is crazy, think about all of the lives that your opening your mouth has the power to change. Okay. Your going diamond is not about you getting a paycheck and you getting a bonus. You need to think about the 25 lives that are going to be changed as distributors on your team because of this effort you're putting in. And every one of those 25 boxes is going to represent at least 4 to 6 customers. So you're looking at another 100 to 150, maybe 200 lives, plus the 25 distributors' lives that are going to change because of your effort. I know this can be tricky for yellows because you're in it to help people and you just want to give away the product and you want to give away the business because you just love to help people. Reds are like, show me the money, I'll go freaking do it. Blues are like, party. But anyway, you need to think about all of the lives that this represents because there are so many lives that are going to change. And then every one of those 25 distributors that join your team is going to have the opportunity to hit that go fast lane And you're talking $350,000 in bonus money that's available to every single person that you open your mouth to. If that is not life-changing, I don't know what would be. Are my yellows feeling me? Okay, I've got nods and smiles. But for real, y'all, you guys are here to help people and change lives, and this has the potential to do it huge. So huge. Massive action is going to be the name of the game. If you're used to sending 5 to 10 messages a day, you need to double or triple that. If you think you just don't have the energy to send one more, do it anyway. Think about that next life that's going to change because you're opening your mouth one more time. Okay? If you do not currently have a defined why in front of you, why do you want that go bonus? Why do you want the $10,000? Why do you want the $30,000? You need to decide what it is and put it up where you can see it. And then something that you guys may not have noticed because you probably haven't read all of the rules. If you are going for a go fast bonus, you have to hit that diamond go fast, where you're only eligible for the go bonuses for the other ones. Okay? Once you miss one on the go fast lane, you're bumped to the go lane, and then you can hit those. Okay? We're waiting on clarification, but we're almost 100% certain that, like, if you miss the diamond go fast, you could still hit the the diamond go, you could still hit the double go. But we're waiting on clarification. We'll let Team Pages know. Excuse me. But, I think the date for the ambassador go fast for you guys is like October, I think. You can absolutely go from where you are to diamond, double, triple, presidential, and ambassador this year. You could finish
October 31st.
October 31st. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You could, and that's the go fast? Okay. You could finish the year making almost $600,000 a year this year. And I'm not going to lie. If Team Catalyst and Rap Stars have a whole bunch of ambassador diamonds promote, don't you know, Dana and I will be on the white couch repping you guys, talking about how fabulous you are.
Just an FYI, as much as I want to be on the white couch, I do not want to be on the white couch.
Okay. So anyway, being totally real, you guys are capable. You are worthy. You can do this. Get with your sponsor, get with your upline, get with whatever mentor has reached out to you, get with somebody, let them know your goals, put it out on Facebook for the world to see. That's going to keep you accountable. And let's just go get it. It's all about helping people.
A couple things I just wanted to add really quick. The Wired app, you can get to all the corporate calls through the Wired app. So you don't have to go through trying to find the number and all that stuff. So get the Wired app because it's going to give you everything that you need. And staying connected is super important. But it's literally, I don't know, you can't see it. Literally, like right here, you can see all the calls. It's under events. So get the app, makes it super easy. Something else, when I signed up, I signed up at the end of September. I was diamond by February and double the next month and triple just a couple months later. There's no reason that you can't do it. But what I noticed for myself was I was super excited my first year, like ignorance on fire. I had no idea what I was doing, but I loved every second of it. So people will feel your excitement and they'll want to be a part of it. Like they'll just be drawn to you. And posting on Facebook is not asking. So you have to actually talk to people, like call them on this, there's a telephone, or go out in public and face to face, open your mouth and talk about it. And that's what's going to help you. So don't think that you're going to get to ambassador by posting stuff on Facebook. It's not going to happen. you have to actually go out and talk to people.
If you
And
think
I'm
of
saying this to
someone-
myself too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think of someone, just don't overthink of someone. Just send them the message. Like, hey, I thought of you today and I realized you would be fabulous at what I do. We've got these crazy awesome cash bonuses. Would you want to learn more about it? Don't overthink it before you can just send the freaking message.
Yeah.
Okay? Just send and go.
And
then
stop
it's
saying
out
no
there
for people.
and you can't take it back. Yeah, stop saying no for people. Okay. We're gonna stop recording.